and generally pastoral communities, but that is only the starting point. It's indeed a national party with membership from across the country. But the leaders of northern Kenya have come together, have had a discussion, and realized that we don't have any significant party where we can associate, or which we can associate with the region. And out of this realization, 58 years down the line after independence, we have always been seeking some comfort in parties from the rest or from other parts of the country. People have been supporting us. We've been presenting ourselves through parties from other regions. And we said enough is enough. We have come of age after all. You know, we are able, if we organize ourselves, if we only come together seriously and agree to work together, we said and we realized that it is doable. And I think from the support you can see we are getting here today, it's overwhelming. I, of course, expected that we will get a lot of supporters, but the enthusiasm, the presence of many people here today has surpassed my expectation, which only shows that there is potential in northern Kenya, and northern Kenya leaders, northern Kenya professionals, the young men and women we have in the region. You must remove from your mindset that it is not possible. Ladies and gentlemen, it is possible. It is doable. And we will be able to demonstrate shortly. Once we come together, we have the numbers and we have the resources. Don't underestimate yourselves. Believe in yourselves. For now, your political leaders and other leaders, we have said we may not present a presidential candidate as at now. We will be negotiating with other bigger parties for this time round, and those who will be willing to work with us, who will offer us proper partnership and will be able to take our region seriously. Those are the presidential aspirants we will be able to discuss with and do business with. As at now, we want to organize ourselves. We want to invite all Kenyans of goodwill. We want to tell all pastoral communities, and indeed every son and daughter of northern Kenya, that we now have a regional party, and therefore we have a table at the national arena where we shall be negotiating with other people. So I don't want to bore you with a lot of stories. With those few remarks, our chief guest, we are honored to have you here today. And at this point, I would like to invite our brother, our elder, Honorable Elmi, CAS Environment, to come and say a few words, and we shall proceed in that order. Thank you very much for listening to me. We have a new party for northern Kenya, ladies and gentlemen. Aren't you happy about that? That applause is not enough. Thank you very much. Mheshimiwa.
Governor, guest of honor, Wakili, mine is very short. As the previous speaker said, I think time has reached that all parties that are national as UDM is, have a base. So we're not saying this is a party for Northern Kenya only. It's a national party, but its base is goats, camels, and cows. And its base is 70% of this country. It is good to say, and this is now for the people who are here, and for the people who come from that region that are going to be the base of this party, is that we want to consolidate all the parties from that region and be on the table. They say, if you are not on the table, you are on the menu. We have been on the menu for a long time. So those who have other parties who wanted to be the base in that region, the front runner is UDM now. They should start catching up, and they should all come together. And on that basis, they bring the issues of the camels, the cows, and the goats to the national table. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa. At this point, I would like to invite Brother Charles Owino. Brother Charles Owino, please come in front and have a few words. And we are happy to have you here today. You remember the encounter I had with you when I was MP for Moyale? Yes. You were indeed very rough on me, but for a good cause. Yeah, thank you very much. Asante sana. Karibu.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I know most of you are used to me speaking for the police, but I'm graduating to start speaking for the nation. So it's my pleasure this afternoon to be here. You know, when we were working in northern Kenya, we used to be called Madhu Madhu. Nywele ngumu, isn't it? So today I represent that group here. And it's also my pleasure that David Ohito, the Secretary General for this party, happens to come from my village. So I thank you so much for having the first Secretary General from Siaya and also from Ugenya. Thank you so much. Most importantly, we have gone through a lot as a nation. We have run through people fighting for what they call liberations, and we managed to get multi-party democracy. And as the parties grow, I know we have had complaints from people saying that we have a character of a winner takes it all. And for that reason, we are going to encourage people having regional parties and blocks, so that when we have these parties and blocks, we come to one table at the national level and negotiate, so that no community is left behind and nobody is termed as minority. So for this, we believe that after many years of these regional blocks, we are going to graduate and grow and end up even having 2 or 3 parties the way we have in the US, parties that will deal with ideology. I just want to encourage you that as you grow and you negotiate at the national table, ensure that we fight for ideologies and nothing else. Encourage as you negotiate to have a head of state and a party, a coalition, that will respect that Kilifi has resources that we need to invest in, same to Malindi, same to Moyale, Marsabit, same to other parts of the country, so that we don't just invest in one area where we come from. And for that reason, I would want to say that for me, who is just leaving the police and joining politics, I'll be running for the governor for Siaya County. And as people from the lake, we also have a regional party, but which is more of national because of the period that we have been there. I just want to invite you. As a small party, please, when you grow, come and join us. Join us and ensure that we form the next government. I would want a situation, because the name UDM and the name of the party from my region is almost similar. So I would want to say that let's join hands, let's work as a team, but remember not to discriminate any part of this country as we grow. And the chief guest, I always feel what you think, how you feel, but for the sake of this time, please just come on my side and support my interest so that I'm not left with my people. Otherwise, thank you so much. We wish you the best of luck. We love the people of Northeastern. I'm personally a very close friend to the people from Somali community. The only difference is that I would want to get, because I think if you give me Mohammed will say that I have to become a Muslim. I'll consider doing that so that I can get a wife from Northeastern province. Otherwise, thank you so much. We wish you the best of luck. This is a good cause. Don't regret. But please, let's work together as a nation. Let's build our country. Let us make sure that we move towards serious democracy so that we can put together our resources. The way the Somali community like pulling together, let's pull together. Let's put our resources together, the resources from Lake Victoria, from the coast, from northern Kenya, build our country. Life is temporary. We need to put our resources together, get richer, be happy, be comfortable, so that before we die, we live a happy community. And the only way to do that is through unity. Thank you so much and welcome.
A round of applause for Brother Owino, please. Thank you very much, Charles. We have had your request. We have already received the first bidder. He is saying he comes from a party which is sharing initials almost similar to our own party, UDM. So we can guess which party that one is. So others also, of course, are listening. But for today, we'll just be inviting people to come and talk to us, listen to us. And the idea is, you know, from the 2010 Constitution, and we are very grateful indeed to the great people of Kenya, we've gotten an opportunity to have a piece of the cake, of the national cake, you know, as Northern Kenya people. And we all know, before that, through sessional paper number 10 of 1965, we were discriminated. It was official. No investment was allowed to go to northern Kenya. And therefore that marginalization has really taken a toll on us. So even the piece of cake we've just gotten may not be enough, you know, to catch up with the rest of the country. And this is why we said we must think outside the box. Now, before I invite my brother, there's some housekeeping from my brother here.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Our lawyer, Issa Mansour, is on the house, and I'm guided that we must be a law-abiding party. We have declaration forms for any contribution with our secretariat here. We request that if you are going to support the party, please do sign that form so that we do not breach the law. I think that is in line with the Political Parties Act. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. Now it is my pleasure to invite my friend, my brother, the chairman of FCDC, Governor Ali Roba, to come and make a few remarks, and then we can proceed in that order. Karibu ndugu. He is the chairman for FCDC. I deputize for him. Karibu.
Asante sana. Good afternoon all. The chief guest, senior counsel Ahmed Nasir, my brothers, Governor Marsabit, Governor Lee, our leaders from the region, wazee wetu, wafanyabiashara, kina mama, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Mukiweka sauti ya chini tutapata uchovu. I want to start by saying, by extending my sincere gratitude to those of you that have responded to our invitation on behalf of UDM, and most particularly to my brother, the chief guest, Senior Counsel Ahmed Nasir, and the rest of the leaders, those who have made it here, others who have not made it but have sent their contribution, others that were not able to come but have banked their contribution. I want to extend our sincere appreciation to you. But I want to start maybe by pace setting. First and foremost, not all the leaders that are here are all UDM. And our brothers who have come as friends of the party. And we are still in the process of infancy stage of consultation with our leaders from Northern Kenya. This is, every party starts as a regional party, but our aspiration is to make it a formidable national party through consultative process by bringing people, other leaders, like-minded on board. Briefly, why UDM and why now? Because most people would like to understand that. First, at the advent of devolution, 7 governors came together. Governor Timami, Governor Hussein Dado, Governor Ukuri Atani, Governor Nadif Jama, Ahmed Abdullahi, myself, Governor Doyo. In Naivasha, during those formative, few months of devolution, we conceived an idea that we felt every time individuals talk, the voices are not going to be heard. What do we need to do? And we contextualized that we need to form a regional economic bloc in the name of Frontier Counties Development Council. And we started very well. We came together, we formed, it was the first regional economic bloc to be formed in the country. 7 of us together decided to engage stakeholders, particularly the World Bank, the President of the Republic of Kenya, President Uhuru Kenyatta, and the President was extremely receptive, so was World Bank. We say we really needed to make sure we mainstream the issues of Northern Kenya in the planning of the country, as well as also other stakeholders like the World Bank. That discussion led to invitation that we received from the Vice President of the World Bank, Mukhrad Diop, as 7 governors to discuss the regional challenges of Northern Kenya. Alhamdulillah, today we've managed to attract what is now called Horn of Africa Gateway Project, the construction of Isiolo-Mandera Road. Likewise, it led to the program of NEDI that has impacted on the ASALs greatly, which was more than 100 billion. Together, we got investment worth close to 200 billion, because the road from Isiolo to Mandera was of 100 billion. And I believe in, because what we discussed with all the stakeholders was the basics that was discussed by Hayati Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, that of access to education, access to, water, issues of infrastructure, and other basic socio-economic growth. Over the last 9 years, we've managed to do a lot with devolution, thanks to the Republic of Kenya and the public themselves that voted for the Constitution 2010. Now, we've kept FCDC as a regional economic bloc and clear of politics. Time has come when we have to give such regional economic bloc and ideas that we have a political voice through coming together into a political party that will represent primarily the interest of the region, as well as other disadvantaged communities within the country. I believe in every county there are disadvantaged groups, and those are the aspirations that we have. Many people think because Governor Roba is serving his second term, now he's formed UDM. Now the plan ni kutafuta kiti ya waziri ama representation at national level. Actually, I want to make it categorically clear. There has not been any benefit that accrued to us by only getting cabinet position or PS, CAS for that matter. What we are looking at, we come together, crystallize our issues, and be able to make sure that whoever we engage with in terms of the presidential aspirants, we have crystallized our issues and we engage them to mainstream our issues. For example, in 9 years as a governor, over 20 key investors have come to Mandera, and they had to go back because we don't have sufficient power supply to facilitate investment. We need the enablers of investment such as infrastructure, as well as connection to national electricity grid, to be prioritized for our population. We have discussed the ASALs have water challenges. Devolution has done a lot, but that a lot is relative to where we've started. We would like water security to be prioritized. And we want to get a party that is able to channel the challenges that is facing northern Kenya at the forefront and engage. And many people have said and rumored, UDM is affiliate of UDA. UDM is affiliate of ODM. UDM, I want to make it categorically clear. We have not made any decision to partner with anyone. We are in the process of organizing ourselves. We cannot even engage when we are disintegrated. We need to put ourselves together, crystallize our issues, and thereafter form a committee that is able to engage with presidential aspirants. As at now, we are working with the President of the Republic of Kenya. Most leaders you see here are from Jubilee side, and we have ni kujipanga. Tusipojipanga mapema utapangwa. Na we don't want to be told kuna mkutano hapa tunakimbia, mkutano hapa tunakimbia, na issue yako mwenyewe you've not crystallized. And that is what we want to do. When we are ready to engage, we will engage, and that is the plan that we have, and that is UDM. And we don't have a presidential aspirant as at now. Realistically speaking, we want to first be born, crawl, walk, and then grow up, and then be able to aspire to move into that stage. And we're not saying we won't vie. We just say the time is not ready yet. And for us to build that foundation as equals in this country, we need to start organizing ourselves better. And that is the agenda that we have. And I am immensely grateful for those of you that we've invited and have come up to join us, the leaders that we have started engaging, that have shown positive engagement. We will continue engaging, and the issues we have is not about position. Is the socio-economic empowerment of disadvantaged region that we want to really champion, and we have done it through FCDC. We just want to push it by giving FCDC a backup political organ, political mouth. No one can ignore the collective voice of many, but individuals is standing up to talk and be ignored. And with those few remarks, I would like to invite my brother, who I am greatly honored, accepted my invitation, Governor Lee Kinyanjui, to come and greet. Na watu wasianze kusema Lee ameonekana hapa ako kwa UDM. Okay? Amekuja kama rafiki yangu na mimi nimemwalika, na akinialika ninaenda huko, na sisi wote pamoja tumekuwa kwa familia ya Jubilee. Paka saa hii hatujapata maneno kamili Jubilee mambo yake itafanyika namna gani. Tunaangalia. Asante sana ndugu yangu, karibu.
So thank you very much, Governor Roba. Our chief guest today, prominent lawyer Ahmed Nasir, the governor from Marsabit, our senior politicians here led by our senators, and all the members herein present. I wish to take this opportunity to say first that I come here as a friend of Governor Roba and my Marsabit colleague. As you know, we work very closely. We liaise and we advise each other on different things. And therefore, when Governor Roba asked me to come and join him during this fundraiser, I said, even if it was in Mandera, I would still have come. So we have a strong partnership. And particularly for me coming from Nakuru, I also have a very huge community that comes from that part of the country. Therefore, we have huge partnerships that we've been working with, and we will continue nurturing the unbreakable bonds that have been there over time. Allow me also to say that, you see, issues to do with politics sometimes can be a bit divisive, but I think the reality is, even when we started the new constitution and decided to devolve a lot of issues, it is also true that politics can be devolved. And the idea that all our solutions will come to Nairobi to get resolved is also not true, because there are unique situations where we come from, and leaders from wherever they are can be able to solve them. So I support you, and I want to say, as I look at what you are doing here today, I see this move as a last mile connection in our politics. Correct? Because for as long as matters are done and decided in the big places without due consideration of the realities on the ground, sometimes people get lost along the way. So even us, from where we come from, we have conversations of that nature, and we will continue to pursue them and also work with partners who are progressive and who are seeking to solve the problems that we have. So I think I want to congratulate you, Governor Roba, together with all the others that are here. Allow me also to say, I see our media colleagues, every new party that comes, they have a new way of calling them small parties. There is no big or small party until an election is done. Okay? So if a party is newly registered, and they are 10, how do you say these are small and these ones are big? So I think that tagging also is a way of suppressing democracy. Let people run, and if the one that will finally have 30% or 50% of members of parliament, you can tell us that is a big party. But if you have not even gone to an election, how does it become small or big? So I think the reality is, let us nurture our parties. And even sometimes we've heard people say that if a party started and the officials are from a certain place, that is a tribal party, or that's an ethnic party. Again, there is no party that will be led by people from heaven or wherever. They will have to come from one part of the country or the other. So I think, and even those that are big also started small. So I think it's also good to have a bit of maturity and respect for each other, so that tomorrow, whoever you think is small may be the big boy. And the big boy may also be small tomorrow. I think that is a journey that we want to work together. Lastly, as has been said, I think this is a time when there will be many political parties that are coming. Roba and your team, you get ready, people negotiate for their regions and see what we can be able to do. I think it is also wrong that after so many years of independence and so much money spent, some parts of the country largely remain very behind. And I think this is a conversation we must put on the table without any apology, that the issue of Northeastern cannot remain the way it is. 50, 60 years after independence, there must be affirmative action. And this party can be a voice to cover some of those things. Thank you, and may God bless you all.
Thank you very much, my brother. Another round of applause for Governor, please. Thank you very much, Governor Lee. Nakushukuru sana ndugu yangu. At this moment, I would like to invite Honorable Major Bashir to come forward, introduce the senators who are here and members of parliament, so that they are, we acknowledge their presence. Major, tafadhali karibu. Tumpigie makofi jamani. Karibu.
As Major prepares, I'm told the declaration forms are on your tables, please.
fill in the amount you want to generously support the party with. And if you have been sent by somebody, it would be kind to get their details and have it signed so that we abide by the law. Thank you.
Asante sana. Good afternoon, everyone. Chief guest, Governors present, Governor Nakuru, Governor Marsabit, Governor Mandera, all of these present, people from northern Kenya, people from the rest of the country. And I think you have all been told why we're here. Mine is very, very brief. I'll probably speak much later. But yangu ni to acknowledge the national leaders who are present here, both from the Senate and the National Assembly. And I will give them 1 minute just to introduce themselves and say hi to the people of Kenya. As has been said, this is a new dawn, and the base for UDM is in northern Kenya, but it will have representation across the country. So very briefly, I will acknowledge the leadership who are here from National Assembly, Senate, including former members of Parliament. I can see there are 2 members of Parliament, former members of Parliament. I will start with the Honorable Dahie because he wants to leave. Please come forward and say a few words.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulullah. Assalamu alaikum. Our chief guest, Wakili Ahmed Nasir Abdullahi, Governor Mandera Ali Roba, Governor Marsabit Mahmoud Ali, Governor Nakuru Lee, all members of Parliament present, and all protocols observed. My name is Dr. Mohammed Dahir Duale, MP for the Dab constituency, and I'm very excited to be here. First of all, I want to say that I'm a friend of UDM. I'm a member of KANU Party, which is also a Jubilee affiliate as of now, and in the next dispensation, we'll be seeing which direction we shall take. But let me say that one thing, northern Kenya constitutes about 70 to 80% of the landmass of this country. This region is grossly underdeveloped, and it's associated with insecurity and many other challenges. I have been a member of Parliament for 9 years, and in my observation, I feel that the problem of northern Kenya basically boils down to underdevelopment. That is the single biggest underlying thing in our region. And we have had big parties, which we are all members of. However, when it comes to engagement, my observation, and this is true for many, those parties have also their own basis, and 90% of the negotiation is based for where they are based, where they are domiciled. And it's only 10% that will be considered for, and this is true for every party. So I think that this idea of having parties which have their base in northern Kenya, which will have a national outlook, will be also good. The idea is, of course, not to be like those ones also, but also to give ourselves priority. And I want to say that in every new 5 years, we have new ideas, and this is some of the ideas. My challenge to UDM is this. We already have also another caucus, which is also looking at the same way. Can we then look at it and see how we can come together and unite? Because at the end of the day, even our differences in northern Kenya boil down to issues related to pastoralism, issues of resource-based conflict, and I think that if we look at it that way, we can actually come together in a formidable way, and that we can engage that thing. If I just go back, when I first came to Parliament, there was an idea that the road from Isiolo to Mandera will be tarmacked. 9 years down the line, not a single kilometer have been laid down. There was also an idea to pull the grid through Garissa, Wajir, Mandera. Today, the grid has ended at Garissa. So you see, this is some of the things which we feel that if we are on the table
I think these issues will have been pushed. With those few remarks, I want to seek leave with a lot of apologies, and thank you very much for the next discussion. Thank you.
Thank you, Roba. You are now excused because you have also given us your contribution, and we'll announce it much later. I will call upon Honorable Omar Malim, MP Mandera East. Tafadhali, because of time, let us strictly do it not more than 2 minutes.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum. Without much ado, I'm a member of parliament for Mandera East, and I will say I'm also a friend of UDM because I come from a party called Economic Freedom Party, which were formed, the people of Mandera, few months to election, and we are happy that we were able to get 30 members of the county assembly, 6 members of parliament, and I think with that we have not yet made decision whether we are going to, partner with UDM or any other party as such. But mind to say, I think Honorable Elmi has said it very well. There is no regional party. Parties are formed by individuals and eventually end up becoming, a national entity. Despite the fact that the founders of this party are coming from northern Kenya, it all depends on how feasible and how you do your marketing in terms of the nation. And I hope and I believe that the founders and the people, the front of this party are so energized and so energetic that this will be a party, not a small party as such, as the media said. It's going to be a big party which can be able to negotiate with the people of the other bigger parties in the country. Pursuing prosperity for all. That's the slogan by UDM, and I think that does not mean the northern people. It means the people of Kenya, and as such, I will encourage the same prosperity for the people of Kenya to be adopted by everyone in the country. And of course, we have been annexed for other parties the past 53 years, and the people coming together, other parties coming together, EFP, UDM, and others, will be able to make a difference in terms of the lives of the people of northern Kenya and by large, the people of Kenya. I thank you.
Asante, Honorable Omar. Now tunaenda kwa Honorable Ali Wario from Bura.
Assalamu alaikum. Mheshimiwa mgeni ya heshima, waheshimiwa governors, waheshimiwa senators, waheshimiwa wabunge, waheshimiwa MCAs, waheshimiwa wa Kenya, assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Na mimi nasema ni rafiki ya UDM. Ndugu, kwa majina naitwa Ali Wario. Miaka 30 sasa niko kwa mchakato ya siasa ya Kenya. Masuala nyeti, masuala ya elimu ya mtoto mfugaji, utakapotathmini na kuangalia ile sera kwa undani, ile sera inafaa mtazamo tofauti. Masuala ya umiliki ya ardhi, sheria ya Kenya inajua mmiliki ya ardhi kama mkulima na mkaji ya mji, haitambui ufugaji katika umiliki ya ardhi. Masuala ya biashara ya mifugo, that is why we have something called terminal market here. There's no free trade. Ngombe yenu italeta maradhi kwa ngombe wa Kenya hapa. Sasa ukileta, hata ukikosa bei uwa uende nyumbani, huruhusiwi kuirudisha. Free trade. Utakapoangalia masuala ya ugavi ya rasilimali, 2003 nilikuwa mbunge. Nyeri imepewa 800 million kwa mambo ya maji. Tana River imepewa 3 million. Mungu wangu. Sasa baina ya Nyeri na Tana River ni gani inastahili kupata rasilimali kubwa? Haya ni masuala yanayotaka mtazamo tofauti ya kisiasa. Si wabunge wawili watatu wapige kelele. Kelele tumepiga kwa hiyo nyumba. Sauti yetu haisikiki. Look at the current constitution. Look at the section 204. It appreciates that this country is at 2 levels of development. Kuna ile punda lazima ifurutwe ifikie farasi. And it attempted to give solution to that problem by creating a fund called equalization fund. Bahati mbaya Nairobi haijaona section 204 mpaka leo. Kitu inaitwa equalization fund ni ndoto. Suluhu yetu iko katika nyanja ya siasa. Suluhu yetu iko katika chama cha siasa. Suluhu yetu iko wakati tukae na wao meza moja, tuambie hii cake usitukatie robo. Unadai ile kubwa, unasema nataka nusu, alafu atakupa robo. Naenda kumaliza, naona amesimama Bashir. Kwa hii nyumba mimi naona Dr. Ali peke yake ndio alikuwa mbele ya hiyo nyumba. Mimi nimefuata yeye. Kwa hivyo tupe tu kidogo dakika nizungumze kama mzee wa wafugaji. Uhuru gani muungwana? Uhuru bila mauni. Ulapo chako bayana wala na shaka moyoni. Waloduni twakiona na uhuru hatuoni. Tunda la uhuru ni ipi Mkenya shamba huna? Juzi nimeona watu mbio kabisa. Naenda kumaliza, bismillah. Watu wamechoka. Mgeni wetu wa heshima nisamehe. Mbio kabisa. Warmaharabtin. Sisi tunataka patron. Haye tukikupa patron. I was thinking quickly mtu ataenda kuambia Uhuru toka kwa hii kiti, mimi nataka kukuwa rais ya Kenya. Por patron hadana kotona nitarudi Marsabit nikuwe governor. Please ota ndoto kubwa. Acheni hizi vitu vidogo. Kama utaota Mokta 1991 nimbari yore workuleti war iga fujia hakudar. He says anadaiwa mahali 500. Sasa katika ndoto hiyo mama amemshika kola, then anasema kama lazima wote ndugu yangu, si wote kitu amana. Asalamu alaykum.
Asante senior Wario. Next ni Honorable Kulo Maalim MP Banisa. Tafadhali ukija hapa pia useme kwamba unakubaliana na mambo ya UDM, mambo ya sera tutaongea wakati tufanya official launch, lakini sasa tafadhali as you speak sema kwamba unakubaliana na mambo yote ya UDM. Karibu.
Assalamu alaikum. Guest of honor, Senior Counsel Ahmed Nasir, who has been my schoolmate, governors present, members of parliament, wananchi, assalamu alaikum. I stand here also as a friend of this newly founded party, UDM. I started party politics in 1992. And it is very important, and I normally tell people to have a party of your own. Our forefathers at independence, our fathers had an aspiration, especially in Northeastern. And that time it's called Northern Frontier District. And they formed a party called Northern People Progressive Party. The difference between that time and now is at the formation of NPP, the people of Upper, is it, Marsabit is Upper Eastern, or yes, upper. The people of Upper Eastern refused to join that party. Yes. Despite the fact that one of their own was the founder of NPP. But today I am happy, after 60 years, members or the people of Upper Eastern are seated with the people of Northeastern and they have fronted a new party. And this is going to be a new dawn. Every generation must, out of relative obscurity, establish its mission, fulfill it or betray it. It is up to us, as the people of Northern Frontier District, to come together and form a formidable party that we can sit on the table and discuss our problems. Thank you very much.
Asante. Next one is Honorable Hassan Oda. Tafadhali karibu. Let us be very brief.
Our chief guest, the three governors, my colleagues from National Assembly, and the senators, na watu wetu wa Northern Kenya, assalamu alaikum. Kwa nini muko na baridi? I thought all of us should be excited. That excitement doesn't seem to be. Ama hamtaki tuunde chama chetu? Nadhani labda hata mimi nitajaribu kuzungumza kwa Kiswahili ndio tuwe pamoja. Kitu ya kwanza, tunashukuru Mwenyezi Mungu. Ya pili, Kenya hii yetu, ile tu sehemu ambayo haina chama, ambayo inaweza kuitwa ni chama cha region fulani, ni former Northern Frontier counties. Ukiwa kwa chama ingine, wenyewe wanaita chama cha kimataifa ama chama cha taifa. Lakini ukweli ya mambo ni kwamba imeundwa na inaongozwa na viongozi wanatoka sehemu fulani. Na ukiingia kwa hiyo chama kubwa, nina hakika sisi wale ambaye tumechaguliwa na wale ambaye walichaguliwa zamani na labda saa hii hawako kwa viti, tunaelewa ile changamoto tunapata. Ile kitu ambaye inaudhi watu wetu, ambaye inahitaji suluhu, haiwezi ikapewa kipaumbele. Kwa hivyo, na kwa muda mrefu tumeambiwa ya kwamba sehemu ya wafugaji labda ni stronghold ya chama fulani. Na hizo vyama wenye wanaongoza sio wafugaji. Hawaelewi ufugaji ni nini, hawaelewi ile changamoto wafugaji wanapata na kadhalika. Mimi nilichaguliwa kupitia chama ambacho sio Jubilee, lakini ni affiliate ya Jubilee. Sio mainstream Jubilee. And many of us were elected on Jubilee affiliates. Vyama vidogo vidogo. Hiyo inamaanisha mwenye kusema sehemu ya wafugaji ni stronghold ya chama fulani ya ambaye inaitwa National Party ni uongo. Tukiamua kuunda chama chetu, na hii tumeanza sasa, tutakuwa tunaheshimika. Kwa sababu gani? Ukiomba kuishi kwa nyumba ya mwenyewe, utakaa ile sehemu ambaye mwenyewe anataka ukae. Ukijijengea nyumba yako, wewe mwenyewe ndio utapanga nani atakaa wapi na wewe mwenyewe utakaa wapi. Na chama kama hiki itatuwezesha sisi kama jamii ya wafugaji kuweza kutatua shida zetu. Mambo ya kupigana, mambo ya kusozana, tunaweza kutatua tukiwa na chama kimoja ambaye inatuunganisha. Ningependa sijui kama Mheshimiwa Elmi yuko hapa. Ukiangalia historia yetu kama Wakenya, the first time wakati wa ukoloni na pia baada ya kupata uhuru, mara ya kwanza mambo ya ufugaji iliweza kupata focus ni wakati Mheshimiwa Elmi alifanywa minister ya Northern Kenya. For those of you who can remember, that was the first time our issues found its way into mainstream planning, national planning, through sessional paper on sustainable development of ASAL. But unfortunately, hata hiyo haikutuwezesha kwa shida zetu kupata suluhu, kwa sababu planning alikubaliwa, lakini ugavi ya rasilimali, resourcing that plan, he had no role. Ametengeneza, lakini kwa hiyo plan kupewa pesa ili iweze kutekelezeka. Na kama imetekelezwa vile ilipangwa, kwa saa hii mambo yetu nyingi ambayo inatufanya tutazane wakati ya ukame kwa mfano ingeweza kupata suluhu. Kwa hivyo kile naweza kusema kwa niaba ya wale watu tunawakilisha na ile county natoka Isiolo ni kwamba our people have been crying for our own party. And that is why when you saw national leaders visiting our counties, personally I did not participate. I was waiting for this moment. You can count on me. You can count on support of my people and the region. Actually, our entire region from Moyale all the way to Witu. Tutakuwa pamoja.
Asante Mheshimiwa Hassan Odha. Next speaker itakuwa ni Honorable Adan Haji. Tafadhali, watu wametuongoja sana. The main event imetuleta hapa ni fundraising for the party. That is the climax. So tafadhali yenu ni kusalamia watu na 1 minute is enough. Karibu.
Chief guest, all governors, all politicians, all communities, all Kenyans who are here, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yangu ni fupi sana, kwa majina ni Adan Haji Yusuf, MP Mandera West, a very close friend of UDM, a member of the Economic Freedom Party. I just want to say that if any of you have ever lived in a rental house and all of a sudden built your house and moved to a new house, how do you feel? That one, I got the experience when we were within Jubilee and there was a lot of ups and downs, and all of a sudden 3 months or 4 months to elections, we decided to form EFP, and 5 members of parliament who are seated here came through that. It was like moving from a rental house to your home. It's also houses differ. Now it seems as if we are moving from ile nyumba ya Herio to a mansionette soon. And therefore, we are friends of UDM, we are EFP, we are going to negotiate, talk, support one another, because our objectives are all one and the same. Thank you so much.
Asante Mheshimiwa. I want to acknowledge the presence of Senator Wamatangi, Senator wa Kiambu County. Senator karibu. I will now call upon Honorable Hulufo. Tafadhali, karibu. Sorry. I'm talking about Khalicha. My apologies. Khalicha Gofu. Karibu.
Chief guest, the governors present, senators, all protocols observed. Assalamu alaikum. First, I think mine is to give the apology of Honorable Russell. One of his relatives passed away. As all of you know, Marsabit still we are doing what people used to do, cattle rustling and killing each other, which is very unfortunate. And that's why it's not with us. But basically, it's with us. My second thing is that I was elected on Jubilee ticket. And everywhere, every time, I think somebody else has done something. And today, I'm very happy. I used to work with pastoralists in livestock areas, and I know the challenges that wafugaji wanakuwa nazo. And I think this is the right direction that we should have taken a long time ago. I'm really happy. And above that, Honorable Elmi, Honorable Ali, and my governor, I think this chama will go very, very far. I know Honorable Roba, Mandera, I've visited several times. You are somebody who loves peace. There's another camp which also try to create this regional thing. But why I actually try, and I think will push, as my colleague has said, from Moyale up to Tana River, it will be, God willing, in UDM, is simply because you have changed the problem that usually arises between Wajir and Mandera, and now you guys are living peaceful life. That's the kind of life that me as Kaldicha, as Moyale MP, is yearning for. So let us pray and work together. I know there will be a lot of challenges. It's not an easy task, but all I can say, let us do a lot of consultation, sharing of information, so that the usual pastoralist ideas of, being divided will not come in between us, and inshallah, tutafaulu. Thank you very much.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Gufu. I will now call Senator wa Mandera. Tafadhali kuja. Karibu, hata kama wewe ni mtu ya UDA lakini una support UDM.
Thank you very much, Major. The chief guest, Ahmed Nasir, Governor Nakuru Liki Yanjui, Governor Mandera, Ali Roba, Governor Marsabit Mahmoud Ali, my colleagues, members of Parliament, both the Senate and the National Assembly, Waranchi, Assalamu alaikum. I'll be very brief. My name is Mahmoud. I'm the Senator from Mandera County, a member of a party once called Jubilee, because I don't know where Jubilee is these days, but a very strong member of that party, both the coalitions of Jubilee and also Jubilee Party, 2013, 2017, and 2017 to date. I'm also a friend of this party, UDM. I'm very much associated with UDA, but I'm happy for this bold move that has been made to register a party called UDM, a party of the region of Northern Kenya. It is a very brave, indeed, move. Congratulations. In fact, we have been talking about forming a party severally. When I joined politics in 2007, I came out of civil service, and I saw everybody was a party leader, the late Kilende Dile and the rest, and I said I wanted to be a party leader also. But it was, at the time, it was very short. I wanted a party called Daraja, but it couldn't work. But I just joined ODM then. But I think this is a very, very brave move. Congratulations. This is the trend in Kenya today. In fact, whereas we were trying to build national parties, since multi-party democracy in 1992, people have been trying to establish big parties, but it's not been possible. I think the largest we saw, the best we saw was in 2002, when the NAC coalition came together and actually defeated the project of Mzee Moi. Then, we came on, there was then Jubilee Coalition, Code Coalition. Then there was Jubilee Party, and there was NASA Coalition. But now what we are seeing, the trend is everybody is making his own party. Why not ourselves? We also should make our regional parties so that, we join the trend which is in the country, so that everybody will be able to come to the table and discuss your issues at the table. We must be part of the table. Whether we join the coalition, I personally prefer which coalition we will join. I'll tell you. Maybe I want Governor Roba to hear. I have a preference where UGM should join, but of course that will be ahead of us. But I think it must be a situation where we cannot do it alone also. We cannot do it alone. We must have a coalition of parties in this country. So as we go forward, let us engage. We don't want a situation of meetings held in Serena, quickly come together, and we talk about movement. And we have heard now last week that movement has turned to be a party again. We don't want people to cheat one another, frankly. But this is very good. We are all together here now. Going forward, let us engage so that, our issues are articulated at the table, and no longer can we be left behind. We know the issue of resources, issues in this country. I know what we are going through, what we went through with Ali in the Senate about the resource allocation. Despite the fact that the Constitution allows us to get resources according to the devolution,
There is a lot of confusion still about that. In fact, unless we come together, no magan male, marka anaka yani isku magan, tafadhali hasu magnanin, nuwal hadini, wal dachana, wal intefada, wanke wal idafana. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi. Lakini UDA party weka.
Asante Senator. As UDM tutafanya kitu inaitwa soul searching, and we will do what we call serious weight measuring of all other parties and all other candidates. So tutaenda kwa mchujo. I now call upon Senator Dr. Abdullahi, Senator Wajir County. Karibu.
Senior Counsel, Chief Guest Ahmed Abdullahi, Ahmed Nasir, Governors Roba, Kinyanjui, and Mahmoud, Senator Matangi, Mahmoud, members of the National Assembly, presence, watu wa Kenya wote wako hapa. Assalamu alaikum. Mimi sisemi hii ni party ya Northern Kenya. This is a national party. This is a party for the whole of Kenya. Ndio sababu tunakaribisha former police spokesman Owino, ingawa alisema iko yao mwenyewe nyumbani, lakini tunakaribisha ya hapa. Tunakaribisha wa Matangi, tunakaribisha Lee Kinyanjui and everybody else. Hii ni party ya wa Kenya na tunataka wa Kenya wajoin hii party yetu. Number 2, naomba kitu moja. Hatutaki kusema ya kuwa sisi tuta associate na huyu na tuna associate na yule. Hii party mimi nimekuwa elected kwa Jubilee, yes. Lakini sasa naangalia kwa makini UDM na most likely taingia kwa UDM. Kama tunaogopa tukikuja mahali kama ina tunaogopa, hakuna haja tuseme tuko kwa siasa. Siasa ni kusema ukweli. Wale wanasemanga siasa ni uongo, taabu yenu. Siasa ni ukweli na kuwa muaminifu na kuwa mtu wa haki na kuwa gesi. Unajua nini? You have to be brave. So, wa Kenya tunawakaribisha. Hii ni party ya Kenya. Mimi niko number 1 kwa UDM. Hakuna kujali left ama right. Number 2, wale wanataka sisi wakuje na tutaongea na hawa. Hatusemi tunaingia hapa, hatusemi tunaingia hapa. Sisi tuko na kura, unataka sisi, karibu. We will talk. Tukiona mambo iko sawa sawa, tutaenda hiyo line. Tukiona mambo bado sawa sawa, tunakambia ndugu yangu pole. Maneno ndio hiyo. Na yule hataki kwenda namna hiyo, tafadhali, hatutaki Mungu moja hapa, Mungu ingine hapa. Kuna Somali jirto hasha labada geedjaan. Kolba geeso ararto laba gibi dhaxdooda waraabo ku gowrace. Kama ngamia moja anakimbia pande hii na anakimbia pande hii, katikati atakuliwa na fisi. That's a Somali song. Hatutaki kukuliwa na fisi. Tutataka kwa deal na watu wote na tuende panda moja, na hatujali mtu yoyote, whether it is ODM, whether it is UDA, whether it is Okoa. Watu wakuje tuongee pamoja, na yule anatufurahisha sisi ni Karmamba, si ndio? Simbusiana ukitaka kumuona mpaka uende ukimbie chini na utongoze vizuri. Tongoza sisi na tutakuja. Asanteni.
Asante sana Senator Dr. Abdullahi Wajir County. Nitakaribisha Senator wa Matangi kutoka Kiambu County. Yeye pia ni rafiki ya UDM. Karibu Senator.
Shukrani sana mgeni wa heshima, Gavana wa Mandera, Gavana Ali Roba, Gavana wa Marsabit na gavana wengine, marafiki wangu pia, rafiki Gavana Kinyanjui na senators wenzangu, pia wanabunge ambao tuna hudumu pamoja na nyinyi wageni. Assalamu alaikum. God is good and all the time. Asante sana. Najua mnaweza uliza mbona niko hapa. Na rafiki yangu amesema kweli mimi ni rafiki wa chama cha UDM, lakini wacha nifafanue mwenyewe. Ya kwanza, najua niliona na nikasikia kwamba kuna chama ambacho kinaanzishwa na kiko na rangi yetu, rangi nyekundu. Na nyinyi mnajua rangi ya nyekundu ni ya Jubilee. Sasa nikasema wacha kwanza nikuje nione nani hawa wananyakua rangi yetu. Ya pili, unajua kuna wakati kulikuwa na mkutano kule Mombasa na gavana wa Mandera anaongoza kikundi cha ASAL. Alafu wengine ambao walikuwa kwenye hicho kikundi kulikuwa na mwakilishi wa kaunti ya Kiambu. Sasa wenye walikuwa kule wakauliza watu wa Kiambu wanafanya nini kwa group ya ASAL. Na hii ni kaunti ambapo hawa watu wako na pesa, wako na vitu vyote. Lakini hivyo ndivyo fate ilivyo. Sasa nikakuja kudhibitisha ya kwamba watu wa ASAL na watu wa Kiambu haikukuwa makosa vile tulikutana Mombasa Gavana Roba. Tunakuanga pamoja na fate, maisha yenyewe itatupata bado tukiwa pamoja. Ya mwisho, Gavana Roba ni rafiki yangu sana, pamoja na wenzake ambao wameanzisha hiki chama. Na kwa kawaida vile mnavyojua wananchi ni kwamba najua kukiwa na msichana mgeni kwenye mtaa, jamaa lazima watokee waone vile huyo msichana anakaa ama ni aje. Sasa huyu msichana mgeni anaitwa UDM, na sisi watu wa Jubilee tukasema wacha tukuje tuone labda huyu mrembo anaweza kukua wetu pia. Ndio tukajitokeza, na mimi najua hii ripoti itafika juu. Niseme nimeona mrembo mzuri ambaye amenyoroka na tunaweza kuwa pamoja. Ya mwisho, Governor Roba na timu yote ambayo mmeanzisha hiki chama, langu labda moja tu naweza sema ya kwamba nimesikia wengi hapa ambapo tunaongea tukisema kweli sasa tumepata chama chetu cha wafugaji cha Northeastern. Na ni vizuri because we all must have an identity. Ile kitu tu ningewaomba, kwa vile mimi najua hivi karibuni mtajaribu kuja kupanda mlima ama ni aje? Sasa kama mtakuja kupanda mlima, mkuje na identity yenye ni ya nchi yote ya Kenya. So tukue chama cha nchi ya Kenya, a party that embraces all people, and I know that you do. Governor Roba is an old friend of mine, and I know his character plus his other people. I know he's a nationalist and he's a man who thinks right and well. And so mkikuja mkiwa mmevaa nguo ya nchi ya Kenya, tutawakaribisha kila mahali. Hata mkitaka kupanda mlima tutaonesha jinsi ya kupanda, na mkitaka kushuka tutaonesha jinsi ya kushuka. Ya muhimu ni kwamba what we want to see in this country, and that would be my last word, is a country where we can promise the people that no matter which party we come with, no matter which coalitions we form, that what our people want is a better Kenya. And we can be able to deliver that and collapse all our thoughts, our missions, all our aspirations into one. And it doesn't matter, UDM, ODM, UDA, Jubilee, if we are all for the people of this country, then eventually what we would call victory is when the people of this country will say today, after the elections that we are coming into, now we have a party or a coalition that represents our people. So I want to wish you well with what you're doing, and we'll support you in any way that we can, and we are open. If you come and come right, tutakuwa pamoja. Mkikuja mbaya, tutawashukisha kwa mlima. Asanteni. Mungu awabariki.
Asante Senator, and this party ambayo inaitwa UDM has only a base in northern Kenya, but rest assured it will have representation in all the counties including Kiambu, na tutakuwa na wagombeaji wa viti. I want to acknowledge the presence of the Honorable Adan Mohamed Khalif ambaye ni speaker wetu wa Mandera County. Tuko na pia His Excellency Deputy Governor Mohamed Arai, Deputy Governor wetu wa kutoka Mandera. Nimepata pia apologies from Honorable Abdi Mude. He will have been here with us, but their contributions tuko nazo. Honorable Ali Dido Raso, MP Saku is been briefed, so I think angekuwa na sisi hapa leo, but he is not able to come. Senator wa Marsabit is on his way and most probably will find us while we're still in the session. Pia tuko na former members, tuko na member wa Moyale Mr. Roba Duba yuko na sisi hapa. Mheshimiwa karibu. Tuko na former member of parliament Mandera Central Senior Counsel Abdikadir Mohammed, karibu. I think now we are almost at the tail end, but just to brief and to recap what the membership have also said is that as UDM in the region we are open for business. I also acknowledge Ambassador Wetu, Ambassador Mahat. He's always been a friend to the people of Northern Kenya. Any matters dealing with Bati and Northern Kenya, Ambassador is always at the forefront. So please be our ambassador of also UDM. Karibu. And we are open for business as UDM. We will negotiate with other parties. We will negotiate with other presidential candidates. Na tunaona ile ambaye that has something to offer to us, that will look at our aspirations. Very soon probably we will do an official launch of the party. That is where probably the leadership and the structure will be unveiled and our manifesto itakuwa inatangazwa. That time itakuja. But for today, it's about fundraising. Why are we fundraising? It's because we want the people of Kenya, the people of Northern Kenya, to have stake in the party. Just like other democracies, people fundraise for parties. And as you can see, probably this is the only party probably from most of the regions that have said, let us fundraise for the party. That means we are starting with the right footing. We are starting with transparency. We are starting with accountability. Now, kabla sijamaliza, because I will probably hand over to Marsabit Governor, lakini nataka kumita one lady, because those who have spoken here have all been male. And there are a lot of ladies here. So probably ile ambayo naona karibu yangu ni Umul Khair, please just come and speak for the other agenda and for the ladies of Kenya. Karibu.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. All protocols observed. I didn't know I was going to be made to speak. My name is Umul Khair Qasim and I'm MCA from Mandera County. I'm a beneficiary of a local party called EFP. It was a new dawn for us then. And whenever I was asked which party you belonged to, I would probably say EFP. And Bwana Governor, welcome. I know Mandera started the EFP party. UDM is a combination of other counties, but you're spearheading it. The much I know about you, I'm a second-term MCA. You were our governor, but you've always spoken for the pastoralist communities, even though you were the chair of the FCDC counties. So tunawakaribisha. I would say I'm a friend. I still belong to EFP. We'll still see whether your party would do justice for the women and see that we will get more than the third that is always allocated for us. Asanteni.
Asante, Honorable. I can assure you that UDM will do much better. It will not disappoint. So whatever you have, you'll still get much more. Na EFP, na UDM are friendly parties, so we'll all go in the same direction. Nafikiri wakati sasa imekaribia. I will now hand over the baton to His Excellency His Excellency Governor wa Marsabit, so that now we can officially call upon our chief guest. Karibu.
Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa. I think he has done a good job. A round of applause for him, please. Asante sana, Meja Bashir. Bas, Yameni, ladies and gentlemen, this is now the time we will listen to our chief guest, who will come and make his remarks and conduct the fundraiser. Can we kindly welcome our chief guest, Senior Counsel Ahmed Nasir Abdullahi. Karibu ndugu yangu. Rafiki ya Wakenya wote, rafiki ya wafugaji, wakili shupavu. We are proud of you. Karibu.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Governor Mandera, Governor Marsabit, all MPs, senators, and all of you, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamu alaikum. My task here today is not that big. I've been invited by Governor Roba, to come and do this fundraising. And when he told me to be the chief guest, I told him I will gladly come. I will gladly come because this is something we have been waiting for long. I know before it, there was another party, I think called Opa or something like that. I'm not very sure about it. But I told the governor that I will come to his because his is indigenous. It is something that has grown up from Mandera or northern Kenya. The other one I told him was something, crafted, constructed in the office of the president. They clobbered some MPs, and the easiest MPs to clobber is the MPs from northern Kenya. History will pay me out on that. If Uhuru or Raila tells them to come out and demonstrate, they will do it. But when it is for the people, they rarely do it. So, many of you said, UDM is a regional party. If you become a regional party, you will be the first regional party in Kenya. Because there is no regional party in Kenya. There is no national party in Kenya. I was hearing some people saying, there is, Jubilee is a national party, or ODM is a national party. And Jubilee is not a national party. Jubilee is not even a tribal party. Jubilee is owned by the president of Kenya. Yes. It is, like all parties in Kenya, parties are owned by individuals. And that's why it was so easy for the president, for example, to remove his deputy, because it is something personal to him. And when you see, parties like Jubilee or ODM having, different members, different positions, different members, in law, Abdikadir or Isa will tell you, they are called nominees. They hold the positions for the real person who owns it. He can remove them the next morning, or he can leave them. So when you see, for example, my friend Murade or Tuju being Secretary General, those are nominees. Yes, because the party is owned by an individual. And the same applies to ODM. ODM is not a national party. ODM is not even a regional party. ODM is the private property of the Honorable Prime Minister. Yes. If he wants to remove someone, he will remove it. And there's nothing wrong. I think I was telling someone, we need to change, the Political Parties Act so that we don't have registration. We need to have, certificate of ownership, so that when you have your own party, you are given that certificate, and it can trade either in a secondary or a primary market, like a private property. To drive the point home that parties in Kenya are family owned. The best example I give you is KANU, because when the late Moi died, who inherited it? It is his son who inherited. I have not seen the will of the old man, but I won't be surprised if he made a provision for KANU in that will. But why do I like, this party? I like this party because, it's the first time, previously people from northern Kenya entertaining the idea alone used to scare them, because they think either Raila will be angry with them or Uhuru will be angry with them. That they have gotten out of this. And it's like you have really, Governor, I commend you. It's like an act of independence. You have now declared that the people of Northern Kenya will stand on their own. You will not be owned by anybody. You will not be surrogates for others. If they want to come to you and negotiate with you, let them come on. But at least I'm happy that you have stood on your own. And why are the people of Northern Kenya fearful of government? It's historical. You are the only people who don't discuss your history, For example, when the new constitution came in, when multi-party came in 1992, most of you are not too young probably, but I was just finished my law school that time. One of the most important things that the 1992 amendment brought was not just, multi-party democracy. It was the lifting of section, I think, 123 or 125 of the Constitution, that 127, that declared Northern Kenya and the constituency, Tana River and Lamu, will be governed under emergency law. Because up to 1992, the entire Northern Kenya was under emergency law. The rights were suspended, and even the courts, I used to go to the court in Mandera when I was young. The DC used to come from his court, from his office. Then in the afternoon, he used to come as a magistrate. That came to an end in 1992. But those are some of the things you should never forget about. I have never seen any of these politicians discussing, the historic things that happened in Northern Kenya, the historic, they just behave like, they are from, Kiambu and Mandera is the same. They are not. So we need a lot of, decolonizing the mind. Your mind is colonized. And that is why, forming this party is such a monumental step. You have broken the shacks of slavery, political slavery. This is the first time Northern Kenya has declared independence either from ODM or from Jubilee. And I think today is a day, probably, Governor, all of you who are here, is a day you should have, some celebrations every year, once in a while, because this is your Independence Day. And it's not only Northern Kenya, it's also cost, If you look at, my friend, he's not here, but Governor of Kilifi, he tried to form party, and, he was fought, everybody wants to fight him, because people don't allow minorities to have their parties. People want minorities to be dominated by the main blocks, the power blocks. So when Kingi wanted to form party, Raila was livid. It's like he has lost part of his territory. And that is why the parties, the big parties from the other parts of Kenya will never allow either Northern Kenya or coastal regions to form their parties. And those two regions have their own history, You must appreciate where they come from. The first time when the president, said that he was forming, he was spending, I think, billions of shillings on what he calls Mau Mau roads. I tweeted, I said, it's a good idea. And I said, we need shifter roads. Because that's part of our history, Of course, many people commented about it. And I think Jamhuri Day, Mashujaa Day, the president said that the Mau Mau roads are like dual carriage from Nairobi to Mombasa. They are that long. But people don't appreciate the significance, the symbolism the president is driving home when he's building so much roads and calls them Mau Mau. It's a very strong statement of where the power politics in this country plays. He is not just building roads, he is calling them Mau Mau. He is sending a message to say that this country belongs to certain people. And I think that symbolism is very profound. Many politicians will tell you that, they are not tribalists, that, this country needs nationalism. Those are meant for small tribes. When you hear a leader saying that, he's a nationalist, he wants to bring Kenyans together. He is not a tribalist. That is tribalist number one. Because he is using that cover to practice tribalism, when he's telling the smaller communities that there's nothing wrong with being a tribalist. Yes, yes. There is absolutely nothing wrong, because the reality, there's the empirical things, what you see as a reality. Empirically, all our leaders are tribalists. I mean, Uhuru is a tribalist. And everybody knows that. And he doesn't even shout about it, because every appointment he makes on a tribal basis. So there's nothing wrong with that. Raila is a tribalist. It's only you guys who get scared to be called tribalist. You should wear that term as a badge of honor, because you are just being truthful. But I tell guys, it's sickening, because you will always hear, the president saying that, Kenyans, I want Kenyans united. Of course, the president doesn't want Kenyans united, because he knows it. But it's meant for consumption. It's meant for... The people of Mandera will hear that and they think Uhuru is saying, something great. He isn't saying something great. He wants to make you believe what he is saying, and he does the opposite. And that is, what it's all about. And, elections are coming up. Everybody knows. I think, let me say first, I'm a friend of UDM. Everybody here said that he's a friend. So I'm also a friend of UDM. And at the right time, the governor will probably hear from me. But you see, election is coming. You guys, I was hearing a lot of, these cliches that when you are not on the table, you are on the menu. Northeastern or Northern Kenya or the coast, you have always been on the table, but you have been silent. Yes. You have been silent. Our MPs are silent. Our senators are silent. And it's because of that silence, people assume you don't exist. When I was a student, Northern Kenya and Coast used to have very vocal MPs. Coast used to drive the politics of this country because they used to talk. But now all those have kept quiet, and I don't know what happened. I don't want to say what happened, but I think my guess is as good as yours. But election is coming back. And in law, there is something, Abdikadir again and Issa will tell you, there is something called estobel. There is something estobel by conduct or estobel by record. When someone has done something, then he wants to change the narrative and comes to you and tells you, I will do for you this. You say, no, there's estobel. Your record speaks for yourself. Your conduct speaks for yourself. So you don't allow him to change the narrative. You hold him to his track record. And that's what I want the northern people to hold, the new parties. When someone comes to you and says to you, I will make devolution 35%, I will build roads, you tell him, okay, what was your record? You ruled, or you are in power, or you are close to power, or you are the proponent of BBI. When BBI was there, did you say Northern Kenya should get, how many seats did they say? 1. Yes. BBI was one of the most radical attempts to reconfigure the politics of this country. It hasn't, nobody ever thought to change the country that radically than BBI. It was a most audacious attempt. If it will have succeeded, Uhuru will have achieved what no president in this country will have achieved. He will have changed the politics of this country for the next 50 years, because he will have ensured that, Githurai alone, I think, will have had maybe 3 MPs. That small place where you see the crowds. It will have had 3. The whole Northern Kenya, they said they will not have a single MP. And, it is sickening, all these MPs who are here, some of them, they did a sujood in Parliament, say that they are praying for the president, that this is very good that Northern Kenya is not getting a seat, that they are happy with it. Now you are saying, we are forming we are not on the menu, we are not on the table. For God's sake, you are there. So the biggest proponents, the people who pushed BPI was from Northern Kenya. Yes. And it was designed, to subjugate you. It was designed. Let me tell you, and everybody knows that. And I think both, the president and Raila did not say it, but the BBI was designed to put Northern Kenya, this pastoralist community from Turkana to Mandera, in their rightful place. It was an attempt to dilute or to roll back the little you got from devolution. Yes, yes. That was the design. That is why 70 MPs were created and 35 went to central Kenya. I mean, it's not logic. It doesn't make sense. But it was a very serious political, it was a white paper on how this country should rule the near future. So I hope, those guys of you who are going to parliament, when either ODM comes to you or Jubilee comes, I think Jubilee is dead. Nobody is brave enough to say it's dead. I was hearing the senator for Kiambu talking about the colors. Yes, yes, it is dead. And personally, although I say I'm a friend of Jubilee, I don't mind appearing at the last ritual of this party when the time comes. But I mean, when election comes, I want you, people of Northern Kenya to consider, the past, what happened, so that you chart your course properly. And I think this party that we are raising funds today for UDM is very, very appropriate. Last point I would like to raise is, I think you have been reading the papers about this lawyer who has disappeared, Dr. Nandwa, Hassan Nandwa. Unfortunately, I mean, people think Kenya is very strong, but Kenya is a very weak state because institutions don't work in this country. There is no parliamentary oversight of the executive. Even the budget, once you pass, I don't think it's long for Treasury, disperses money according to what the executive wants. But there are no checks and balances. In a civilized country, what is happening in this country now where people are disappearing, left, right, center. And I think there was a very graphic video last night on TV where, cars stopped and people were being taken out of the cars. It reminds me, for those of you who know a little bit of history, in the 80s, Haiti used to have a man called Babadoc Duvalier. And he used to have guys called, Tom Mutuk. The equivalent of Jeshi La Muse. So when he took from power, when he gave power, his son took over. So he was called Babadoc Duvalier. So, I mean, they used to have these extrajudicial killings where people are just literally grabbed from the streets and you don't know where they go. And that has become the norm in this country now, especially if you are Somali or if you are Muslim or if you are from the coast. And it is an alarming situation. Any civilized country, Parliament will have called a serious meeting and hold, parliamentary hearings on why Kenyans are disappearing. But I think it's a little bit far-fetched to expect our Parliament to conduct such a hearing unless they get green light from OP, which green light will not come, and which means that that problem will continue. But I think as a country, we need to hold the government accountable. Parliament, of course, may have failed. The judiciary has done very well, but even judiciary, I mean, they are trying to capture it. It's difficult because when we were there, some of us, we put strong foundation for it. And they are eternally unhappy with that. So I think we need to address, especially for leaders of the Muslim community, why are people disappearing? Where are they being taken to? Who is making them disappear? Isn't it the state organs? Why isn't the Parliament holding emergency hearings on this matter? So these are some of the things I will leave you to ponder over. Again, I'm very happy about my presence here today. I think it's the time when we should raise funds for this party, UDM, and know that this is our party now. This is our party. Just the way, Raila has his own party. The Luyas have their own parties. Yes, everybody has his own party. I was seeing Madam Aida endorsing a candidate for the governorship of Nairobi, Wanyonyi, the MP. That is now gone. I don't think there will be any other candidate that will contest. And that shows you, how serious decisions are made in parties, because these are family parties. If a member of the family decides, that is it. So this is our party from today on, people of Northern Kenya. And I think there's nothing wrong with us having a tribal party. But Governor, I want this to be a tribal party. Because there's nothing wrong. everybody has a tribal party. I mean, Jubilee is a tribal party. Some of them are family parties. And, let Kenyans form their own tribal parties, then they can come to Nairobi to have a convention where the national government now can be constituted. But it's only, again, please note, it's only minorities that are not allowed to have parties. And those minorities are either in the north or in the coast. And it's because of historic. You must know where the history of this country comes from. Northern Kenya has its own history. Coast has its own history. The power play in this country does not help those two. And now it's my pleasure, to raise funds. Yes, so we are, I want to, if you are very serious about this party, I want you to give more than you have given to Jubilee and ODM. Because you are the people who fund those parties. And if you don't give generously, then we know where your loyalty lies. So we start with the organizing committee.
Grand Mullah is a straight talker. That's why it's called the Grand Mullah. But, his political leanings, everybody knows, and he's trying not even to mention. But we'll tell him his candidate and other candidates are all welcome to UDM. So, hata yako na ile ngine wakaribie. I know where you lean, but you are a straight talker.
I think, to be fair, this is the first time I've spoken about parties. And I have said I'm friend of UDM. So let's leave it there. So, organizing committee.
Thank you, Council. I would want to be part of the tribe of the UDM as Secretary General. And I want to put a disclaimer that so far I know of no owner of the party. As organizing committee, we opened a bank account. We've had transactions which have come through. As at the time that our account at Equity was closing business yesterday, we had 8.3 million shillings in the account. That notwithstanding, thanks to technology, there have been contributions made via M-Pesa yesterday, and the total we have in that account is 9.44 million. Council. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think that is a very good way to begin. So we have 9.4 million from the organizing committee. I think we can give them a kilo. We don't know how much other parties have. We don't know how much other parties have. Yes. And I think we need parties to be as transparent as UDM, because some of them are not very transparent. So we have 9.4. The next group of people I would like to call is friends of UDM. Anybody? Everybody here now. So I think we can put that 9.4 here. So yes. Senior Council Abdikadir is a very serious friend of the party. 100,000 shillings. Thank you very much. Yes, 200 from our 2 MPs from Mandera. Daktari, one of ours, very generous, 200,000. Senator from, yes. 500,000. Sheila from Mandera, 500,000. A true friend of the party. And I think the more I've told you, this is like a company. You are buying shares. The more you buy, the more you put in. When there is coalition government, you'll say that I've contributed this. I wanted this job for a relative. So, Senator, 100,000. Okay, 100,000 from Safia of Ijara. 100,000. How much? These are 1 million shillings. Friends from the governor, 1 million shillings. Pole pole. Yes, Kulo Mal Hassan. Kulo was my senior 1 year, and 100,000. 100. He likes to call me that I was his mono, but 100,000 from Kulo. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I've got quite a long list. I have Bashar Nuro Ali, who is from diaspora, 100,000 shillings. Ali Galacha, who is from diaspora, 500,000 shillings. Ibrahim Dandu, 50,000 shillings. Sheikh Ibrahim is a unique person who has been with us all the time, contributing to our global causes. He has contributed 100,000 shillings. We have also Korio, who has contributed 50,000 shillings. And then finally, Muhammad Mahdi Ali, who has contributed 10,000 shillings. That is the money. And the check total is 810,000.
MashaAllah. Thank you very much.
I have also on a list here.
Oh, 810,000?
Yes.
I think the part will be the richest very soon.
Barua ingine kwa ndani huko. Toa.
50,000.
Iko barua ingine huko tafadhali.
Muhammad Rashid, businessman, 300,000. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Owino, 100,000. You know, Owino is a friend of the party, and when the right time comes, we will also support him. Yes. Ahmed Hassan, Nakuru businessman, 100,000 shillings. Thank you very much. Okay, Mandara South MP, 200,000. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. I still continue. I have 100,000 shillings from Ismail Dar.
250. First, let me announce this one. 250,000. Saeed Haji Ibrahim, 200,000. 250,000. Thank you very much. I'm working on account.
Okay, I have a contribution from, let me just.
10,000. Shalay Ibrahim. Governor, okay. 10,000 shillings. Asante sana. Thank you very much.
Okay. Ismail Dar, 100,000. Ismail Ado Hassan, 100,000. Abdullah Adel Muhammad, 100,000. Hashim Al Abdi, 100,000. And then Ibrahim Dakhani, 100,000. And then my contribution of 200,000. Total is 700 plus 800, 1.5 million.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, 1 million shillings, eh? 1 million shillings. Thank you very much. Saeed Ma'alan Hassan, 100,000 shillings. This is a record breaking. Yeah, Alod, 100,000. 100,000. Ibrahim Roba, 100,000. Muti Amranga, 100,000. Yeah. 100,000. Ma'alan Isaq, 100,000. Yusuf Aburo, 100,000. Gel Umar, 100,000. Our friends of governor, 1.3 million shillings. Governor kona rafiki wengi sana. 5,000. Governor Khalif Yusuf, 200. Isaq Al Abdi, 200. We're halfway, I think. Yes, even dollars. We are receiving even in foreign currencies $200. Daktari. Yes, Daktari Ahmed and friends 200,000. Dr. Teho 500,000. 500,000. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah. Dr. Abdustar 500,000. Honorable Isaac and his brother 500,000. I think our target is maybe 200 million. Ahmed Ma'allin, Fatah, Ibrahim, Aldid, Rashid Ma'allin, Abdurrahman 1.350 thousand. 1,350,000. Thank you very much. Asante sana. Yeah. Al Noor Education Group 50,000 shillings. Ibrahim Jerere 200,000. Doda Made. Aye. Mheshimiwa 500,000. Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa. Aye, bado tunangoja watu. Mulkhair, thank you very much. 100,000. Aye, bado we still have a lot of time for money.
Tafadhali watu waamke tufanye mchango kwa haraka haraka, najua watu wengi wameketi. Tufanye haraka tumalize in the next 30 minutes.
Khadija 190,000. Thank you very much. Yeah. Muhyiddin Rafiki Governor 1 million shillings. 10,000 shillings. Haji Ma'allin Aliyo 300,000 shillings. Principal Jibrawe 100,000. Thank you very much.
Let us queue please. Kujeni kwa line ili tumalize haraka, watu wanataka kwenda kusali.
50,000. Hassan Ibrahim 20,000. Nur Ana 300,000. Thank you very much. 50,000. Abd Ali 30,000. Adan 20. Dr. Hussein 30,000. Adan 30.
Just this.
Yes, that's a Kuba, I'm sure. Yes. I mean, Isa is a good friend of ours. He's also a good friend of the party. He's a good friend of the governor. And he provides all the services free. We are not counting that because I think if we count that, it will be a lot of money. But cash, 250,000. Thank you very much, Isa. Ahmed Nouro, 30,000. Siddin, 50,000. Yako itakuwa kupa lazima. Alaikum salam. Hey. Hakuna shida. Thank you very much. First lady, thank you very much. 200,000. Marafiki zake sasa. 5,000. 5,000. Kusindikiza first lady. Aye, so badala. 100,000. First lady kusindikiza wanaume pia wasindikiza first lady.
And Council, we have very nicely branded UDM t-shirts here on auction. So friends of UDM, please prepare your bid and buy for your friends at the end of the session. Thank you.
So,
because of Salah, I'll request that we just come with your contribution, please, so that we can finish up early.
50,000. Adan, asante sana. Okay, second lady, Khadija, 5,000. Thank you very much. India Hussein, 50,000. Asante sana. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah. Nasra, 20,000 shillings. Thank you very much. Asante sana. Thank you. Yes. Contribution from Kalwesha community. Yes. Kalwesha community. Kalwesha. Wa yote nisome. بس وصل محمد شيخ يوسف 10,000 أحمد حسن 10,000 خليف محمد ديدو 10,000 عبد الولي عثمان 10,000 عبد اللطيف إسحاق 30,000 أحمد شيخ يوسف 20,000 عبد النور إتالو 20,000 محمد كالا ديدو 10,000 مريم شكيتي 100,000 كالا ديدو family 1 million shillings total 1,220,000. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Ilahi abarakay. Ilahi abarakay.
Chairman, let me help you kidogo. Please, in the interest of time, wale wako na harambe hapa ama wanaleta mchango yao wote wakuje tafadhali. Kila mmoja akuje hapa apige mstari tumalize haraka haraka. Tunawaomba tafadhali. Kule nyuma kama uko na pesa tafadhali kuja mbele. Please. Watu ni wengi lakini sijui kama wamemaliza kule. Oh.
Honorable Roba, Duba 100,000 shillings. Thank you very much. Asante sana. Manor 20,000. Ado 20,000. 10,000. 10,000. مقعد بس friends of the party امام عملته 1 million shillings 1 million. Thank you very much. Asante sana.
Chairman, chief guest of honor, nataka na nilipe yangu. Alafu iko wazee walikuwa wanataka kuzindikisha gavana yao. Watu wetu wale wamekuja na mchango, kujeni tafadhali hapa. Umeona gavana Roba amekuwa na marafiki wengi. Mimi ndio nakaa kama hakuna mtu. Kujeni. Wale iko hapa wote wakuje.
Sawa sawa.
Lakini first lady wacha alete kwanza. Hata ya first lady ya Marsabit mtaona leo. Haya maneno ndio hiyo. Ngoja kidogo.
Hussein Ali 10,000.
Patiana.
I think first lady
2 million Marsabit.
Ya Marsabit 2 million shillings. Thank you.
Haya, kujeni sasa, kujeni iko wanaume hapa. Haya, huyo ni chief officer katika county. Tache? Yeah, jina wametache? Yes. What have you brought?
Sasa ini branch ya Marsabit.
Yes.
This is a branch from Marsabit.
Sema, eleza chief guest.
First lady has said
sindikisha
50,000 shillings.
Thank you very much. 50,000. Haya. Hoja wasomi wa Borana hapa. Chairman.
Borana Professionals Association. 250,000 from Borana Professionals Association.
Yeah.
Yes, Borana Professional Association 250,000.
Chairman hapo. Thank you very much. Aha. Haya. Hojani. Wazee.
Yes, Chairman, Council Borana Elders, 500,000. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Si John, professionals ya Mandera?
Wamelipa.
Huh? Na Council of Elders, wapi ile Council of Elders ya Mandera?
Haya. Wako jatani.
How much? 30? 30,000. Thank you very much. 100,000. Ulicha Galgalo, 100,000. 5,000 shillings. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Asante sana. Roba, 100,000 shillings. Thank you very much. Burji community 100,000.
20 naongeza ingine.
220. Ngapi? 30. 150,000 in total. Thank you very much. Deputy Governor Masebet 100,000. Thank you very much. Asante sana. Asante sana. 5,000. 5,000. 10,000. Sorry. 5,000. Friend of Marsabit County 10,000. 10,000. Oh, Meshuma. 200,000.
Kale chagufu MP for
Moyale. Asante sana Meshuma. Isiolo North, Meshuma.
MP Hassan Oda.
Oh, mashallah.
Ali Wario,
good to see you. Asante sana. 100,000.
Oh. Rafiki yetu mwingine anasindikisha sisi Abdul Nasir
20,000 shillings. 20,000.
Watu wa Marsabit Abdulur 5,000.
100,000. Abdullah is a businessman. 100,000. Thank you very much. Sasa nani nabaki? Wewe ndio unajua sasa.
Sijui kule nyuma kama wamemaliza, lakini mimi najua chairman wangu wa FCDC bado hajalipa, lakini ngoja kidogo, kuna there is somebody yule ametumwa na Kanoraso, nafikiri ameenda kidogo, anakuja. Kuna senator wetu bado wako barabarani na speaker wako wanakuja, lakini we can continue if there are other people now. Kama kuna wengine kwanza, hii mimi najua nimebakisha kidogo. Ndio hii sitasahau, ngoja. Haya. Ngoja kidogo.
Mustafa 1 million shillings.
Na coffee.
Asante sana.
Anybody kule nyuma? Kuna mtu yeyote amebaki na pesa? Kwa sababu tunafunga. Bas, I think
this is Abdurazak Hussein, National Treasurer, chama cha UDM, 2 million shillings. 2 million.
Haya.
mtu wa Mandera nilipa 900 deposited 100,000 yake, that's 1 million shillings.
Abdullah Khalif also from Mandera, 1 million shillings. Hai. Asante sana. 50,000. 10,000. Hai. Ahlan. Asante sana. Thank you very much.
Abdi Abdullah na marafiki zake 800,000.
Abdi Abdullah na marafiki zake 800,000.
Thank you very much. Intangaza leo.
Haya. 10,000. Asante sana.
Na kijana anaitwa Adam Uongozi kutoka Kilifi na 100,000 shillings.
So. Hey. Thank you very much.
Haya, Honorable Racho, Racho 30,000.
Thank you very much.
Honorable Fatuma 50,000. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Alafu Honorable Wamatangi ndio hii.
Yes. Senator from Kiambu 200,000. Thank you very much.
Governor Kayemba 200,000.
200,000. Governor
Lee Kinyanjui 300,000.
Thank you very much. Governor from Nakuru.
Honorable Dido Ali Raso 200,000.
Thank you very much.
niko na mchango ya wale ambao wamenipatia. Tuko na Honorable Amina Gedo 100,000, Honorable Dahie wa Dadaab 100,000, Haji Umar ambaye ameondoka sahihi 100,000, yangu binafsi check of 500,000 and a cash of 300,000. My personal yangu ni 800,000. Total ni 1.1 million.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Mbia Mandera North, 1.1 million shillings. Thank you very much. I think he has bought good shares.
Yes. I think now is the governor himself, Chairman FCDC. We got a lot of your friends.
Friends, so you can read out that list.
Yes, Governor Ali Ibrahim Roba, 1.1. His Excellency Governor Ali Korane, 200,000. Dr. Bashir Haji Sakh, USA, 100,000. Yusuf Tabo, 300,000. Haji Edo, 200,000. Sukore Malin, 100,000. Ahmed Adan Ibrahim Adan, 1 million. Muhammad Adan Khalif, Speaker, 300,000. Mahmoud Khalif MK, 700,000. Mahat Ambassador, 100,000. Hussein Elo, 50,000. Total 4,150,000 shillings. Asante sana. Asante sana. Asante sana.
Thank you very much.
Asante sana. Asante sana. Thank you very much. Kuzindikiza 100,000 shillings. Sasa kila mtu nafikira amelipa. Iko chat. Mimi sijazindikiza mtu, lakini kwa sababu nimesema mimi ni I'm a friend of the party UDM, na sindikiza gavana wangu wa Mandera 500,000 shillings.
Asante sana. Thank you very much. This one kwanza. This is
Haji Sakh 100,000. 100,000 shillings. Kutusindikiza gavana 10,000. Kutusindikiza gavana 5,000. 5,000. 5,000. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. 5,000. Anybody else?
Tuko na auction t-shirts.
Hii watu wapewe free.
Yeah, that's fine. Wanakubali secretariat. We have to get permission from the secretariat.
Yes. No, what you do, patia watu. Yes. Random. So we are waiting for our cashiers to do the numbers. Governor. Yes. Governor kuzindikiza 5,000 shillings. Okay.
Sasa ndio tuwatangazie
We wait for them. I think it's a good car.
Waja wapendwa wangu, myasikie wito wangu, chama bora yenye fanaka, UDM ni chaguo bora, tuijenge kwa umoja, UDM chama namba moja, UDM chama chetu Kenya, halisi zaidi ya wote, wilaya zote, kaunti zote, UDM chama namba moja, akina baba na kina mama, UDM chama chetu Kenya.
So I think, okay, we have two more contributions from Marsabit, Senator Rugura, 100,000, and Speaker Baltome, 100,000.
Tell them they are stuck in the jam.
They are just in a jam, but they have sent their contribution to their governor. Thank you very much. I think let's wait for the tally. Eh?
Yeah.
Elimu msingi mpaka chuo, usafi kwetu mazingira, wafanyikazi na mishahara, UDM chama tenda kazi, kwa maji safi chakula bora, UDM chama tenda kazi, UDM chama chetu Kenya, halisi zaidi ya wote, wilaya zote, kaunti zote, UDM chama namba moja, akina baba na kina mama, UDM chama chetu Kenya. Siku zote za usoni, faraja tuonyeshe, uadilifu ndo sasa, UDM mwendo wa kisasa, UDM chama chetu Kenya, halisi zaidi ya wote, wilaya zote, kaunti zote, UDM chama namba moja, akina baba na kina mama, UDM chama chetu Kenya. Nawafikishia habari, mabadiliko tayari, nyazimeni zenu nyoyo, tuzingatie yajayo, nyazimeni zenu nyoyo, tuzingatie yajayo, UDM chama chetu Kenya, halisi zaidi ya wote, wilaya zote, kaunti zote, UDM chama namba moja, akina baba na kina mama, UDM chama chetu Kenya. Nyoyo zetu ziridhike, nchi yetu hapa Kenya, ukabila tuzike, iadimike kabisa, utapeli UDM chama chetu Kenya, halisi zaidi ya wote, wilaya zote, kaunti zote, UDM chama namba moja, akina baba na kina mama, UDM chama chetu Kenya. Waja wapendwa wangu, myasikie wito wangu, chama bora yenye fanaka, UDM ni chaguo bora, tuijenge kwa umoja, UDM chama namba moja, UDM chama chetu Kenya, halisi zaidi ya wote, wilaya zote, kaunti zote, UDM chama namba moja, akina baba na kina mama, UDM chama chetu Kenya. Chama namba moja Kenya, ya watu wa
UDM oye! UDM oye! Mpo? Hebu nione kwa mikono, wapi? Haya. Chama chetu Kenya, halisi zaidi ya wote, wilaya zote, kaunti zote, UDM chama namba moja, akina baba na kina mama, UDM chama chetu Kenya. Waja wapendwa wangu, myasikie wito wangu, chama bora yenye fanaka, UDM ni chaguo bora, tuijenge kwa umoja, UDM chama namba moja, UDM chama chetu Kenya, halisi zaidi
chama namba moja Kenya cha watu wa tabaka zote, wafugaji, wakulima, UDM sera namba moja, walemavu walio wazima, UDM namba moja Kenya.
UDM chama chetu Kenya, halisi zaidi ya wote, wilaya zote, kaunti zote, UDM chama namba moja, akina baba na kina mama, UDM chama chetu Kenya.
Elimu msingi mpaka chuo, usafi kwetu mazingira, wafanyikazi na mishahara, UDM chama tenda kazi, kwa maji safi, chakula bora, UDM chama tenda kazi.
UDM chama chetu Kenya, halisi zaidi ya wote, wilaya zote, kaunti zote, UDM chama namba moja, akina baba na kina mama, UDM chama chetu Kenya. Uzalendo tuyakiri, Kenya yetu tuipende, siku zote za usoni, faraja atuonyeshe, uadilifu ndo sasa, UDM mwendo wa kisasa, UDM chama chetu Kenya. UDM chama chetu Kenya, halisi zaidi ya wote, wilaya zote, kaunti zote, UDM chama namba moja, akina baba na kina mama, UDM chama chetu Kenya. Waja wapendwa wangu, yasikie wito wangu, chama bora yenye fanaka, UDM ni chaguo bora, tuijenge kwa umoja, UDM chama namba moja, UDM chama chetu Kenya, halisi zaidi ya wote, wilaya zote, kaunti zote, UDM chama namba moja, akina baba na kina mama, UDM chama chetu Kenya.
Chama namba moja Kenya cha watu wa tabaka zote, wafugaji, wakulima, UDM sera namba moja, walemavu walio wazima, UDM namba moja Kenya.
UDM chama chetu Kenya, halisi zaidi ya wote, wilaya zote, kaunti zote, UDM chama namba moja, akina baba na kina mama, UDM chama chetu Kenya.
Elimu msingi mpaka chuo, usafi kwetu mazingira, wafanyikazi na mishahara, UDM chama tenda kazi, kwa maji safi, chakula bora, UDM chama tenda kazi.
UDM chama chetu Kenya, halisi zaidi ya wote,
fanaka, UDM ni chaguo bora, tuijenge kwa umoja, UDM chama namba moja, UDM chama chetu Kenya, halisi zaidi ya wote, wilaya zote, kaunti zote, UDM chama namba moja, akina baba na kina mama, UDM chama chetu Kenya. Chama namba moja Kenya, cha watu wa tabaka zote, wafugaji, wakulima, UDM sera namba moja, walemavu, walio wazima, UDM namba moja Kenya. UDM chama chetu Kenya, halisi zaidi ya wote, wilaya zote, kaunti zote, UDM chama namba moja, akina baba na kina mama, UDM chama chetu Kenya. Mpaka chuo, usafi kwetu mazingira, wafanyikazi na mishahara, UDM chama tenda kazi, kwa maji safi, chakula bora, UDM chama tenda kazi. UDM chama chetu Kenya, halisi zaidi ya wote, wilaya zote, kaunti zote, UDM chama namba moja, akina baba na kina mama, UDM chama chetu Kenya. Siku zote za usoni, faraja tuonyeshe, uadilifu ndo sasa, UDM mwendo wa kisasa, UDM chama chetu Kenya, halisi zaidi ya wote, wilaya zote, kaunti zote, UDM chama namba moja, akina baba na kina mama, UDM chama chetu Kenya. Nawafikishia habari, mabadiliko tayari, niazimeni zenu nyoyo, tuzingatie yajayo, niazimeni zenu nyoyo, tuzingatie yajayo. UDM chama chetu Kenya, halisi zaidi ya wote, wilaya zote, kaunti zote, UDM chama namba moja, akina baba na kina mama, UDM chama chetu Kenya. Nyoyo zetu ziridhike, nchi yetu hapa Kenya, ukabila tuzike, iadilike kabisa, utapeli na ufisadi tuimalize kabisa. UDM chama chetu Kenya, halisi zaidi ya wote, wilaya zote, kaunti zote, UDM chama namba moja, akina baba na kina mama, UDM chama chetu Kenya. UDM chama chetu Kenya, halisi zaidi ya wote, wilaya zote, kaunti zote, UDM chama namba moja, akina baba na kina mama, UDM chama chetu Kenya. Waja wapendwa wangu, yasikie wito wangu, chama bora yenye fanaka, UDM ni chaguo bora, tuijenge kwa umoja, UDM chama namba moja, UDM chama chetu Kenya, halisi zaidi ya wote, wilaya zote, kaunti zote, UDM chama namba moja, akina baba na kina mama, UDM chama chetu Kenya. Chama namba moja Kenya, cha watu wa tabaka zote, wafugaji, wakulima, UDM sera namba moja, walemavu, walio wazima, UDM namba moja Kenya. UDM chama chetu Kenya, halisi zaidi ya wote, wilaya zote, kaunti zote, UDM chama namba moja, akina baba na kina mama, UDM chama chetu Kenya. Elimu msingi mpaka chuo, usafi kwetu mazingira, wafanyikazi na mishahara. UDM chama tenda kazi, kwa maji safi, chakula bora. UDM chama tenda kazi.
UDM chama chetu Kenya, halisi saidi ya wote, wilaya zote, kaunti zote. UDM chama namba moja, akina baba na kina mama. UDM chama chetu Kenya. Uzalendo tuyakiri, Kenya yetu tuipende, siku zote za usoni, faraja tuonyeshe, uadilifu ndo sasa. UDM mwendo wa kisasa. UDM chama chetu Kenya, halisi zaidi ya wote, wilaya zote, kaunti zote. UDM chama namba moja.
بس waan soo gabagabaynaynaa waa mahadsantihiin dadka maanta inta halkan imaaday yani qaarankii aan xaabinaynay hadda xisaabtii waa la keenay kabacdi hal daqiiqa
Senator.
markii oo wax kasta xisaabtii wax kasta aan xisaabnay lacagta maanta aan xaabinay waxay noqotay 34 million
Major subaxe. Kale, Your Excellency, Major Kujeni. That announcement cannot be done without a background.
waa mahadsantihiin soo dhawaada waa dhamaatay waa lacagta aan xaabinay waxay noqotay 34 million 887,000 34 million 887,000 takbir Allah waa mahadsantihiin I think waxaa tusteen xisbigan inuu xisbigiin yahay waxaa tusteen inaa arrin muhiim oo maalgelinaysiin ay noqoto kabacdi aad iyo aadan idinku mahad celinaynaa wassalaamu calaykum waraxmatullahi gabana
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Waxaan rabaa inaan fursadan qaato, maybe nitasema kwa Kiswahili. Mimi nataka kuchukua fursa hii kuwarudishia shukrani wafadhili wote ambao wamekuja kuchangia hii program ambayo tumeanzisha, na kwa kuchangia inamaanisha you own the party, na tumeanzisha hii program. Sisi kama viongozi tunataka kutoa shukrani kwa nyinyi wote. Mwenyezi Mungu awabariki. Wengine wenu mumejipanga zaidi, na ninajua kuna wengi wametuma pesa kwa account kutoka hiyo M-Pesa paybill tuko nayo. Ile hesabu tumepatiana sasa hivi hatuna ile mchango imefanyika through paybill na ni pesa mingi, lakini ile tuko nayo ni ile cash imepitia hapa na check. Na mimi nataka kuchukua fursa hii pia kumshukuru ndugu yetu, kama mnavyojua Senior Council Ahmed Nasir, ingawaje ametoka kaunti yangu na mimi ni gavana yake na yeye ni wakili yangu, pamoja na Isa Mansur ambao wamesimama na mimi vizuri sana. Kwa kawaida yake huwa hashughuliki na mambo ya public na kufanya mchango na kufanya hesabu. Wakati nilimeenda kumwambia hata sikumwendea kwa ofisi, nilikuwa nimepiga simu nikiwa Mandera, namwambia ndugu yangu, ishara imeonyesha wewe ndo nataka ukuwe guest of honor. Hata hakuongoja nimalize, amesema nitafanya. Na mimi nataka kusema Mwenyezi Mungu akubariki. Wewe ni kijana yetu, kijana ya region yetu, na umefanya kazi na watu wengi. Na mimi nataka kusema na wewe mwenyewe kama wewe si mwanasiasa, lakini uko na jina katika jamii ya Kenya, uko na jina katika mkoa yetu ya kaskazini mashariki na hapa Eastern, pamoja na wale asal counties. Mimi nataka kusema jina lako pia imechangia zaidi kwa watu wengi kuja kutoka kwa hii harambe, na nataka kusema shukran na Mungu awabariki. Nataka kumpatia dakika moja. Wengine wengi mmefanya bidii kushinda vile mimi nilikuwa na expect, kujipanga kifamilia, kujipanga ki-group na kila kitu. Mimi nataka kusema asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki. Nataka kumkaribisha Vice Chair yangu ya FCDC, Frontier Counties Development Council. Tumesema mimi na yeye tutaanguka kwa kila shimo pamoja na tutapanda kila milima pamoja, na ninafurahia sana kama tumesimama pamoja. Karibu Your Excellency.
Thank you very much.
Basi, thank you Chair. Nataka kuungana na chairman wangu kumshukuru mwenyekiti wa hafla ya leo, our chief guest of honor. Tunakushukuru sana, umesimama na sisi na imeonyesha ya kwamba kama tukikuja pamoja inawezekana. Hata hizi machama kubwa tumekuwa kwa vyama vingi, hakuna wakati tunafanya harambe na tunapata more than 10 million. Sisi tunakuja tu mara ya kwanza. Shukrani kwa Mwenyezi Mungu na shukrani kwa kila mmoja wenu. Mashallah, tumemanage 34 million. Can you imagine? That's unimaginable. You know, the first day we come together, hivi tu, and we've not launched this party officially. Yeah? So tunashukuru sana. Mungu awabariki. Tutatembea pamoja kama viongozi, tutawaongoza kwa njia ya waziwazi, tutashauriana, tutashirikiana ili tuhakikishe ya kwamba hatutawacha mtu yoyote yule nyuma. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki. Thank you Chairman.
Thank you very much. Wapi Abu Yasir ako wapi? Ama Sheikh atufungue, Sheikh Ibrahim kuja utufungie kwa maombi. Sheikh Ibrahim,
maombi.
Sheikh Ibrahim kuja utufungie na maombi.
Nashukuru sana bro.
Tufungie na maombi tafadhali.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين وبه نستعين على امور الدنيا والدين. صلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد واله وصحبه اجمعين. افان كان كبرنات لي بنبتره يبقى صومالي ان شاء الله تعالى. اللهم تقبل منا انك انت السميع العليم وتب علينا انك انت التواب الرحيم. اللهم آت نفوسنا تقواها وزكها أنت خير من زكاها أنت وليها ومولاها. اللهم ألف بين قلوبنا واهدنا سبل السلام يا رب العالمين. يا رب أمد كينيا كنا تكتوج أمدان كينيا إلهي ومتكدك إلهي يودي كورجي نودستني وإستن إلهي وسكحر إلهي وأباراها كقاد UDM إلهي كروقات UDM سما. Yes, I say UDM. Okay. إلهي سبحانه وتعالى الله كرو قاضو إلهي هبركيو أولك الله نجقاضو أولك رب قلبنا ما كزافود نام رب بوليستوج ربي مداولت نوميس استنيف نودست رب والتميس كينيا كامل ربي قدام بركيس ربي قدام روبان قدو أبارتي وان كيجر ربنا من رافود ربي سبحانه وتعالى يستوودي قبا جهدي ور توجه يتولجت ربي قدام ميزان سالك حسنات ربي در ربي قدام شرفتي ثاني والفود قابنا سرمول تقدر تشوف قابنا علي روبا قابنا محمد علي يفتيمي سار ربي قدام براكيس ورنا جاي ربي توج ور روبا ربي توج تكبر بكيج ربي لبكيس أفود إلهي سبحانه وتعالى الله بركة يسوع ذا إيو إستن إيو نود إستن ونا الله بركة إلهي سبحانه وتعالى كره وقاضو حول الله الريبو روب الله كينو عرورته وحبرنا إلهي سبحانه وتعالى حفظك أوفديو مادك الله أوفديو كينيا وطن إلهي برواقان الله كدقو. اللهم صل على محمد وصلى اللهم وسلم على نبينا محمد وآله وصحبه أجمعين.